welcome to today's deep dive. You know, if you strip the bodywork off the Renault Mégane E-Tech and the Alfa Romeo Junior, you wouldn't just see two different skeletons.
No, you'd see two entirely different religions of car design, really.
Right, because on the surface, for you looking at them, they look incredibly similar in size and proportion.
Oh, absolutely. But underneath, completely different species. It really is a masterclass in how two brands can look at the exact same problem and solve it using totally opposite engineering philosophies.
So our mission for you today is to decode those philosophies. We're going to break down their hidden engineering, how that changes the actual driving experience, and, well, what it costs to put one in your driveway.
Yeah, and let's start with those skeletons because there is absolutely zero industrial link between these two cars. None.
Which is wild. It's like, it's like comparing two houses. One is this purpose-built smart home from the ground up, right?
Yeah, that's the Renault.
And the other is like a beautiful classic house that's been retrofitted for modern tech.
Exactly. The Mégane is built on a native electric platform called CMF EV. So it was born to be an electric car from day one.
Right.
The Alfa Romeo Junior, on the other hand, sits on a multi-energy platform. It's known as CMP. It's basically a shared skeleton used across the Stellantis group for models like the Jeep Avenger and the Fiat 600.
But wait, Stellantis uses that CMP platform for half their fleet, gas and electric alike. So doesn't sharing that skeleton force the Alfa EV to carry around, I don't know, dead weight?
Oh, for sure. Or at least empty space that was originally meant for a gas tank and exhaust pipes.
Right.
Alfa engineers had to work within a physical footprint designed to accommodate combustion engines, even when none of those parts are actually there in the EV version.
So back to the house analogy. Because the Mégane is a native smart home, they can put the wiring, like the batteries, completely flat in the floorboards.
Yes.
But the Alfa is that retrofitted house. It still has to leave room for a traditional furnace and chimney, meaning transmission tunnel and engine bay.
Exactly. And that physical distribution changes everything about the physics of the car. Because Renault only had to plan for batteries in the floor, they managed to engineer an ultra-thin battery pack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just 110 millimeters thick.
Wait, 110 millimeters? That's like barely thicker than a deck of playing cards stood on its side.
Precisely. Because the battery is so thin, you sit much lower in the car, which drops the center of gravity and totally changes how it handles a corner.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the differences extend to the motor, too. Renault uses a wound-rotor synchronous electric motor.
Meaning what exactly?
Well, instead of using permanent magnets, which, rely on expensive rare earth metals, they essentially coil copper wire tightly to create an electromagnet on the fly.
Oh, wow. So it's cheaper, greener, and I'm guessing highly efficient at highway speeds.
Exactly. Meanwhile, because Alfa must accommodate the spatial needs of both combustion and electric variants across this massive fleet, they rely on standardized permanent magnet motors.
Right. It's a modular approach.
Mm-hmm.
Reliable, sure, but they are using shared components optimized for mass production.
Yeah, rather than bespoke electric engineering.
And what's wild to me is how much this underlying DNA dictates the actual feeling inside the cabin. The Mégane leans hard into, well, what you could call digital comfort.
Oh, heavily. The Renault approach is incredibly tech-forward and serene. They use a super fluid Google Automotive-based infotainment system.
Right.
And they really prioritize acoustic soundproofing.
But the Alfa counters with this deeply tactile, sporty, almost aggressive analog feel. They actually kept physical buttons for the climate controls.
In a modern EV, yeah.
Right. Plus, if you step up to their Veloci trim, they give you a mechanical torsion limited slip differential.
Which is a huge detail. Rather than just using software to brake a slipping wheel, a torsion diff is an actual mechanical gear system.
So it's a physical part doing the work.
Exactly. It physically shifts power to the wheel with the most grip. It literally pulls the car through a sharp corner. Alfa is deliberately trying to preserve the mechanical engagement of driving over, ultimate digital integration.
So Alfa is practically begging you to take this car on a winding mountain road. But bespoke analog engineering isn't cheap to produce in a digital age.
No, it's not.
Looking at the July 2026 data, how much of a premium are they charging for that nostalgia compared to Renault's streamlined setup?
Well, the native EV Mégane, optimized for everyday digital comfort, that starts at around $38,350.
Okay.
The Alfa Junior starts just slightly higher at $39,800 for the 156 CV version.
Got it.
But if you want that maximum dynamic experience we just discussed, the 280 CV Veloce with the mechanical torsion differential, that climbs up to 49,400.
Wow. Okay, so for you, the listener, the ultimate choice really comes down to what you value behind the wheel.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
go with the Mégane for native EV efficiency, seamless digital comfort, and, a serene everyday drive. But you choose the Alta Junior if you crave that sporty tactile connection.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it really highlights a fork in the road for automotive design.
It really does. Which brings us to a final thought for you to chew on today. As cars increasingly become these silent, highly efficient rolling computers, will the analog, physical driving experience that Alpha is fighting to champion become a highly sought-after luxury, or just a relic of the past?
It's a fascinating question.
It is. Thank you so much for tuning in to this deep dive. We truly appreciate your attention, and we never take it for granted.